Hello, and we are live. We are live. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? We are live. I can't wait to have this chat with you today. We are so excited about this new series that we are starting. So, thank you, everyone, for joining us. And it's a good morning here from Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. We are so excited to come your way with this new series. It's going to be a weekly live series where we are going to be talking to our people about living their purpose. Okay, so as you can see from the background, it's from paycheck to purpose in the diaspora shift. So we want us to discuss why we have to live our purpose and not forget our purpose, not forget the reason why we were even here on this earth, not forget the reason why we even traveled. Okay, most of us have so many dreams, so many aspirations, so many things in our heart. But when we travel to the diaspora, of course, life is different. We become shocked, the culture shock, everything is just like you have to work and pay bills, like we turn into a survival mode. But life shouldn't be like that. We have to be able to still pay our bills and also live our purpose. I like, this quote or this saying from Miles Morrow. Miles Morrow said that when you go to the cemetery, that is a lot of rich resources. People, rich, things are there. They are buried because they never got the chance to be realized. A lot of people work and work and work because they have to pay bills, and we understand that. But that dream that you have, that vision that you have, that thing that is crying inside you to come out, that book that needs to be written, that business that needs to be started. You have to do it, but you don't have the time. And because you have to pay bills, you just end up working more than one job, working extra hours, spending your time working just to pay bills. We want you to shift that mindset. We want you to be able to find a way where you can still earn and still live your purpose. A lot of people are doing it. As you can see, Africans are also stepping up. Okay, we are just quitting that status quo of living paycheck to paycheck, and we are now living paycheck to purpose. So I'm so glad to introduce to you this new live series, which will come your way every week from paycheck to purpose, the diaspora shift. So I'll introduce myself and I'll pass on to my colleague to also introduce herself. So my name is Rebecca and I'm originally from Ghana, but currently I live in Australia. And I'm a registered nurse by profession, and I'm also a digital business coach. So I help migrants just like me and professionals, parents just like me, to make their dreams reality by starting an online business. I'm married with three kids, so I'm a wife and I have three kids, and I'm also a leader in the church. And I love to bring my church and my faith and my wealth journey together. So you hear a bit of that in our weekly live show. So thank you so much for joining us. Over to you, Sonia.
Hi everyone! Like I'm so excited about this series. Like it's just been a such it as a time, mindset shift, and it's gonna open and expand your mind to all the things we come here and do wrong. By the way, my name is Sonia. I'm a wife, a mom of three, a child of God, building this amazing faith-based business here in Toronto, Canada, and we run with this thing with you. So if you have any question, reach out. If you are like some of us who can ask the Nokidemus, just send your questions via messenger inbox, and we will always, 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 okay, answer your questions as we roll. All right.
Okay, thank you so much for that introduction, Sonia. So let's get started then. We're talking about mindset today, okay? Because with everything, before this business I was doing, I tried a different kind of businesses. And, when they send you the course, one of the main thing that they talk about is mindset. That is like where they start from. And I have seen that it's not just them. Even in this business and other thing that I have done, mindset is very, very important. Why? Because Bible says that if you can transformation only comes by renewing your mind. Okay. I know, Sonia, you have another scripture that you want to talk about, but I like this one so much so that it really transformed me. because it says that be ye transformed. That is in Romans 12:2. Be ye transformed by the renewing what of your mind. So it means that transformation cannot come. That shift that we are looking for cannot come if we are not renewing our mind. Why do we have to renew our mind? It means that we already have certain um should I say background or mindset, like set of ideas. Okay, that is a mindset. So you are set in your mind. Some people call it there's a growth mindset and there's a fixed mindset. So the fixed, your mind is fixed on something because maybe you were brought up that way. Maybe all your people or friends around you, your colleagues, everything around you has made you have that mindset. It's a set of ideas, set of the way you do things, and it's hard to break through. So maybe your mindset is that everyone overseas, when you traveled overseas or came to the diaspora, everyone you met was maybe doing paycheck to paycheck, more than one job, two or three jobs, and they told you that you can never make it in the diaspora without working two or three jobs. So that is in you, okay? When I traveled overseas initially from Ghana, I went to the UK. And in the UK, I lived with family members, and most of them, okay, were doing paycheck to paycheck. Okay, they were either relying on government to give them government benefits, or so imagine growing up in such an environment. How on earth will you ever think of being a business owner or having properties around or living a purpose? Okay, even when you try to do that, they will be like, hey, you can't do that. They will try and limit you. And they did it to me. So that's why I'm talking from experience. They will
Yeah.
tell you, like, even when I traveled and I was going to even apply for nursing, I was told, hey, how can you apply for nursing? Like, don't you see your colleagues doing care work and, those cleaning and things like that, doing 4, 3 cleaning jobs? Why don't you, like, nursing? Why? Me, I was thinking doctoring course, and I'm even lowering into nursing, and even that one was too high for them. So imagine being from such an environment. You need to transform your mind if you
Mm,
want to have a breakthrough, if you want to live from paycheck to purpose, you want to live your purpose, you want to know that you are fulfilled. You are not dying with so many things in you. You're not dying with the gifts and the visions to help people, the things that God has placed in you. There has to be a mindset change, a
mm,
shift of the mindset. And that is why I like the Romans 12 too, that be ye transformed by the renewing of your
okay.
mind. If you don't renew your mind, you can't get far. No matter what you are doing, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your studies, if you are already married and you are saying, oh, everything, you are like, oh, this man is like this, or this woman, oh, marriage is not for me, mindset. If you're going to uni and then you just say, oh, this course is not for me, oh, how can I do this? Mindset. If you
Mhm.
can renew your mind and know that, hey, I can do this. People have done it. We are just celebrating Africans in our community who have made the legacy income. I can do it. They have
Mm,
bought properties all over. I like how from living from pay, someone living in someone's basement to now owning properties all over.
mm.
Mindset shift. We want to speak to our fellow Africans that we can do this. So let's talk about shifting our mindset. Sonia, what do you want to add to this?
Yeah, like I'm just gonna take off from what you talked about. Every one of us is born with potential to succeed and thrive. Okay, within any place that we find ourselves. Imagine your story, like being in a state where people don't know that you can actually fly. They just want to clip your wings to just remain in that status quo. And just like Proverbs 23:7 says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is." What are you thinking in your heart? Speak it forth into existence. Okay, just like birds were created to fly and fish to swim, you were designed to flourish and thrive here on earth. He said, "Go ye into the world, be disciples of all nations." And some of us we come and limit God. We come and tell him, this is the size I want to be. He said, "I have given you the nations, the Jews, the Gentiles, for my inheritance, for your inheritance." So why do we think that we coming into a new country, and instead of us, over, taking over, and when he said the place where you set your foot is for you to possess it,
Yes.
but rather than possessing it, we live a beggarly life. We find ourselves taking the jobs of medic, like we just want to survive and not to thrive. Some of us would say, oh, just let me eat and I have roof over my head and that is okay. That is not the mindset of a God kind of mindset. And when Christ came to die, he didn't have any reservation whatsoever. He did it for you. So if he can give you all his, and even drop the promises on top of it, how much more? So it's time for us to abandon those mindset of failure, imperfections, imposter syndrome, close-mindedness. Not everything we see online is those things. I know we've all have seen a lot of crazy things in this online space, but trust me, this has come to bless us as we are a partaker of that blessing. We are here to share it. And I tell it all the time, for us to step out, okay, the mind is like a garden. Your thoughts are seed. If you believe you're going to be in charge, like the remaining part of this year, I'm going to have like 4 houses, 3 houses. That is what it call it forth. Speak the word. Words are seed. Words are powerful. Our lives are, spiritual. Whatever you make happen will make happen for you. Okay. Just as these things require careful cultivation, you plow your seed, you plant it and you see it grow. Same thing. Okay. And the way when you talk about your story, like when you say no more, I can't just limit myself to care. I can as well be a nurse. I can as well be a doctor. And you did the BSc, you went to your master's, and
Oh, yes.
you shifted because you know you can.
Yes.
Because you set it in your mind that, come what may, I won't remain with this level. I have to step up. And that is the transformation of mind. And that is where the growth starts. And that is where you see yourself going towards purpose. Had it been you didn't step out because you wanted to, you would have not feel fulfilled. You would have
That's
still be
right.
like, wanting more. Because trust me, when you are not where God wants you to be, there's this unfulfillment in you daily. Statistics tell you that 93%, let's just say America alone, not even global, 93% of people in America don't know what they want because we just merely want to survive. Do you have a job? Just pay me my bills, I pay my own bills, and I eat food, and that is it. Okay. So it's high time for us to shift the whole mindset to the fact that we are born to rule, born to reign, and born to live a life God has called us to live. Okay?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well said. I'm sure that this has been, it's just straight to the point. We have talked about mindset, why that is the starting point of whatever we want to do in life. It doesn't matter what section, what area, it doesn't matter what category. It's mindset. So mindset is what we are beginning with today. And we want to bring you more information on that or on the program, different topics as we go along. If you have any questions, you should let us know, please. You can just comment and the comment will come on the screen and we will be able to, or ask the question and we'll be able to answer you. If you watch it later as well, and I can see, hello, Nusi is watching. Thank you so much. And she said, well said, mindset is everything. Mindset is everything, really. When the Bible says that the tongue is the smallest part or is a small part of the body, but it controls the whole body.
Mhm.
And then it occurred to me that the mind is also like an engine in the car,
Yeah.
okay? The mind is what is going to drive you where
Mhm.
you want to go is your mindset. If your mindset is very, very bad or very fixed, some people are like that. No matter what you do to them, they will not change their mindset. Jesus said that the poor you will always have with you.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about that scripture. The poor you will always have with you. Some people will never shift their mindset, no matter what you do to them. Okay. It's fixed mindset. But if you are the person who is tired of your lifestyle, you are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you know you deserve more. You know yourself, you are being underpaid. You know the value that you can offer, whether in a book or in talking to people, becoming a motivational speaker, or in a church leader, or doing something, your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, you have to go to God in prayer to ask for your purpose because we are here for a purpose. No matter who you are, there
Yeah.
is something. I always say that God never creates junk.
Mhm.
No matter who you are, there is something that you have to do. There is a purpose. There is a purpose. So if you don't know that purpose, you have to start looking for it. You know, we do coaching calls in this business. We talk to people, and the stories are almost the same for most people in diaspora. People are tired. People are struggling. People are not happy with their lifestyle, but it looks like they don't know what else to do. And that is where we come in as well. That, hey, we were doing the same thing. I will speak for myself, actually. Like I said before, I was doing the same thing. I was in the background where I had to shift from that background, tell myself I can do this. I deserve more and I can do better. And I went on and I did my master's. Okay. So I have a master's, and I also found out that it's not a job alone, because we are brought up by that idea. You have to go to school, get your degree, and go work. Okay. Get a good job and work. But how many people in the diaspora have degrees, but yet they are working below their
Yeah.
degrees?
Yeah.
They are working below their degrees because they have to pay their bills. So they get whatever job they can get. If your degree cannot give you the mindset to be able to believe that you yourself can start something up for yourself with your name on it, your own business, then we have to really go back to this mindset. We have to go back and renew our mindset. So today we are talking about mindset shift. We need to shift our mindset. Look for ways that you can do something that will not just give you paycheck and make you live on paycheck to paycheck, not fulfilled, but rather something that would help you live from paycheck to purpose and live a fulfilled life. This
Yeah.
business is helping a lot of people to do this. If you have watched our webinar and you did not understand, contact us. We will show you and we'll explain it to you. It's amazing. It's helped a lot of people live the lifestyle they want. A lot of people making their dreams reality in this business, all because they did not settle for paycheck to paycheck, but they shifted their mindset. So, if you want to know more information about this business that we have been talking about, and we are doing this series to encourage people to check it out, look wherever you are watching this from, whichever page, my page or Sonia's page, you will see our contact details there, our website or our email or our WhatsApp number. Feel free to contact us or just give us a comment, leave a message in the comment, and we'll get back to you. So, Sonia, any final words?
Just what you talked about, sometimes your current level in life, reflects your current knowledge. Okay. And as you increase in knowledge and as your mind expands to accept new and productive information, you find out you become uncomfortable with the status quo where you are, your current reality, and this should prompt you to take corresponding action that will alter your situation forever. And that is exactly what we did. I
Yes.
always share my story how for me, working as a nurse, and kind of my doctor just prompted me, Mom, is this how every other adult works? For me, that brought that reality, the thoughts to actually be like, that's so true. And, casting my mind to what he said, I realized that even when I went, I did my nursing here as well, my professors, after lecturing, they still work in the
Side
hospital,
hustle.
have their second job. So they never left the bedside. So even as they've done the master's, the PhD, it's not even enough. So one stream of income is not enough for anybody. Even before now that we have a high rate of inflation and all that, they still tell us, oh, I work in emergency. Oh, I do this one on this. I'm like, really? So meaning this didn't even pay the whole bill. You still have to do something. So why am I so why do I have to, do this as well if I'm not going to end up just in this one, thinking this? And that's just so true. Like what we go through here is never enough. I say all the time that nurses are professional students because before you climb the ladder, you go to school. Before you climb, you go to
Yes.
school. Before you climb from
Yes.
here, we have like the PSW, the RP, and the RN. You want to go to school to become an MP. You want to do the PhD. We are professional students in
Student
healthcare.
for life.
Like you want to climb, you go to school. But right now, in this digital era, the trajectory has changed.
Changed.
Everything has changed. It's no more about the well-read. The underdogs are pulling out the carpet of wealth without the whole spending time in school. And I tell education is great. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yes.
But right now,